Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 28th of January, a bonanza of National Hunt racing on ITV, 9 races, the best of Cheltenham and Doncaster, the ground on the softer side of good Doncaster where they've been threatening to water. Cheltenham it could be pretty testing, I'd imagine. We start off with our betting expert Daily Nap. This runs in the 3:35 at Cheltenham, the Ballymore Novice Hurdler, Grade 2, and I really like Pembroke here. Dan Skelton flying on these Saturdays. All of his horses in A1 condition after a quiet December. They're flying now, and this progressive novice has created a deep impression in winning 2 competitive novice hurdles, latterly at Ludlow this winter. He's right up in class here under Harry, but he'll relish the testing conditions. He's a thorough stayer. 2 mile 4 and the stiff hill will bring out more improvement. I'm pretty confident he's going to take an awful lot of beating. Our betting expert value angle selection runs in the 2:25, the Cotswold Chase, a Grade 2, over 3 mile, 1.5 furlong. And I think Dusart at a double figure price is well worth siding with. The negatives, well, he was very well supported for a handicap on his seasonal reappearance and disappointed they're never really getting into the race out wide. A few novice errors not helping under de Boinville. I think it's a huge positive that James Bowen is up this afternoon. Now, this on paper looks a stronger race. He's obviously into graded company, but he's always been held in the highest regard. I think a proper test of stamina will suit him, and I'm hoping that Bowen will be positive and ride him from the front. He's a really strong traveller, and I think you'll see him to best effect rolling along in the lead rather than being restrained in the car park as he has been by de Boinville. We'll do the remaining 7 races on ITV, starting at Cheltenham, the 1:20, the rescheduled Clarence House, Grade 1 now, 6 runners, which is brilliant. I think Energumene will probably win this. It's obviously not going to be able to lead on his own. You've got Amarillo Sky and Editor Digit in the lineup, both of whom are confirmed front runners, but I think Energumene will sit third, to be honest, and pick them off. Edwardstone looks the only other runner, as the market suggests. Over to Doncaster for the 1:30, a really good novice chase, a Grade 2 over 2 mile and half a furlong. Well, Boot Hill has impressed me all season. He bumped into John Bomb, but last time at Kempton over Christmas he did really well to win that race. I don't think it was his track particularly, certainly sharp enough, and he gifted Orcan Risk first run and responded incredibly well, switching inside to get up close home. That's really strong, solid form, and I think the long Doncaster straight will suit him. He's a short price, but I think that's right. 150 Cheltenham, the Paddy Power podcast handicap chase, a premier handicap, 5-year-olds and up, but 2 mile 4.5 furlong. Well, Il Redito to me looks extremely well treated. He's actually been eased a couple of pounds for running really well in 2 very hot Cheltenham handicaps this season. He's only a 6-year-old. He's a typical Nichols horse, so I think he'll keep on improving. He's got all the headgear on here. I suspect that Harry Cobden might be more positive here. He's travelled through his races like one ahead of his mark on a couple of occasions, making a couple of mistakes and weakening up the hill. But I think if you banged him off in front, got him jumping, that might be the best way to ride him, or certainly much more handy. Back to Doncaster, the 2:05, a mare's hurdle, a Grade 2, 2 mile half furlong. Well, I've been keen to be against Epatante all season. I'm not sure she's the force she was, and I certainly couldn't bet her at 6 to 4 on here, on decentish ground. She's a smooth traveller, but I do just wonder if she's quite as good as she was. And Martello Sky of Lucy Wadden with Brian Hughes up, a really good booking. She's won 6 from 12, and I think her form with Love Envoy at Sandown last time out is very high class for a mare's division, and at 5 to 1 I think she's a good bet. Back to Donny for the 2:40, the Albert Bartlett River Don, a Grade 2 over an extended 3 miles. Well, Twig has been absolutely thriving, like all of Ben Pauling's this season. He is up in class here, but I think there's more to come. Beau Morgan, given a chance at graded level by these connections, a really good young jockey. Back to Cheltenham for the 3 o'clock. The Cleve, a Grade 2 over 3 miles. A short price favourite here, Paisley Park. Not a horse you can ever take a short price. I think he's 11 to 10. That is madness. I mean, you'll get much bigger than that in running, whatever happens. He's just not a horse you can trust completely. He hits a flat spot. He's liable to get outpaced. I think the one who's going to get a straightforward front-running ride here is Botox Has. Now, people will dismiss him as just a tough handicapper at the highest level, but I don't think there's that much difference between the graded form in these staying races and the top handicaps, and if Botox has leads, he's a terrific scrapper. He won at Haydock earlier in the season, and I think he'll take an awful lot of passing up the hill. He's 14-1. Jamie Moore, the right man on top. And finally at Doncaster, the Sky Bet at 3.15, a premier handicap over 3 miles. Well, Mr. Coffee has been collecting more seconds than Oliver Twist in recent months. He's a frustrating performer, but I just suspect a big field handicap run at a true pace will really suit him, and maybe de Boinville for once can produce him at the right time. Best of luck with all 9 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts.